Belle and Sebastian are a Scottish pop band who were founded by two guys, neither of which are called Sebastian or Belle. In fact, the name of the band is from a French TV series. The two guys were both called Stuart, and that was 1994 when they formed the band. They've had some slow change of members over the years, apart from in 1996 a big influx of members. There are now seven of them, but only one of them is called Stuart. That's one of the original Stuarts. They've released 12 studio albums so far, the first in 1996, and the most recent, as I record this, in 2023. Hi, my name's Dan, and this is a review of the album Dear Catastrophe, Waitress by Belle and Sebastian. It was their sixth studio album. It was released in 2003 and is my first time listening to it, I believe. So I'm going to confidently describe this as pop rock. Both Wikipedia and Acclaimed Music mention the term twee pop, and I think that that's fair. It's not as a detriment, but it's kind of got a light-heartedness to it and a kind of innocence to it that harks back to vocal pop of the 60s, particularly, I would say. One of the things that kind of makes it, I mean, where are we? 2003. So quite a bit of pop by this stage. It's sounding very produced. And this is part of a kind of side current of pop that sounds more band based. Always reminds me of people like the Rembrandts and I don't know, They Might Be Giants and stuff. So with this band feel rather than a produced feel, but it's very kind of upbeat, a very light in feel and very radioable. I'm going to do some quick references here. I think I was reminded of people like the Monkees, Cliff Richard, Manfred Band, that sort of thing. Sometimes Beach Boys feel, sometimes others. And there's a decent variety to the feels here, but an overall aesthetic. There's an emphasis on guitars, both acoustic and uncrunchy electric guitars. Drumming, which is often fairly light, it's not kind of heavy or driving, and sometimes, actually, more than sometimes, quite a bit of orchestral stuff going on, which is handled quite well. Which is why, kind of initially, I thought, oh, sometimes it's there. You don't notice it so much just because it feels natural because it's done right. The singing is mostly Stuart Murdoch. Some of it is Stevie Jackson, and the occasional bits are Sarah Martin, and she does some backing vocals as well. Um, she's got a nice voice. He's got a reasonable voice. It's not a voice that I go, oh, yes, that's a particularly attractive or good voice, but I think he uses it well. It's quite high. Sometimes it sounds like it's a little stretching him a little bit high. He can manage it. It's not that it's out of tune, but it sounds like he's not quite in his most comfortable register at times. He doesn't, right. So I have this term that I use for people who, when they sing, they hold the note as long as possible through the end of words, which I call singing through. And this is kind of in some ways slightly the opposite. He snatches off more. It sounds a bit like his nose is blocked, which gives it vulnerability. It makes it sound less slick and more personal. I think that's my thought. Um, the emphasis here, or the thing that really attracted me, was there's some nice songs here about life and stuff. Some of it's a bit tongue in cheek. So the title track, "Dear Catastrophe, Waitress," it's basically it's a song to at least one person, maybe just one, maybe more than one. People who tend to have um, everything's kind of a big catastrophe in their life. And is maybe trying to kind of calm them down. There's the first song on the album, "Step Into My Office, Baby," which is about kind of um, yeah, workplace relationships and pressure there as well. But it's interesting. Lord Anthony is less tongue in cheek, but it's an interesting song that's about somebody who was bullied at school. It's got a lot of things like that. It's got quite a bit of interesting content and stuff going on. There's a mild darkness to the subject matter, but it's still approached, even lyrically, with a kind of light-heartedness that means it's kind of stealth darkness, if you like. it's overall it's really approachable, and I enjoyed it quite a lot, more than I expected. And I think so. I've not got a lot of experience of Belle and Sebastian. It's the first one of theirs on this list, so on my channel that I've reviewed. I have heard the boy with the Arab strap before, and I don't think I was as taken with that as I am with this. And this is kind of good album. So it's got a rich content. It's kind of almost singer-songwriter in its approach, and it's just musically and lyrically light but interesting. So that's what I think. As always, I'd love to know what you think. So why not share that with me by leaving me a comment? And you've got this far, so maybe you enjoyed the video. So give me a like. But that's it from me for now.
Glad to see you. I had a funny dream and you were wearing funny shoes. You were going to a dance. You were dressed like a